Hello, I'm Becky Walsh and I'm from Weston-super-Mare Town Council, and joining me now I have the delight of introducing you to Fiona Cope, who is from the Citizens Advice, and we just thought we'd have a little chat with you really because we're aware that we are coming slightly out of lockdown, we're thinking about forward planning and you might have some concerns, and Fiona really is a valuable resource with the Citizens Advice. So Fiona, how can people get help through Citizens Advice and what's the sort of things that you were doing in this time of Covid-19?
Hi, Becky. Yeah, the first place to go really is the national website. There's a wealth of data, a wealth of information there. So if you've been furloughed, obviously it's a little bit confusing at the moment. Are you supposed to go to work? Are you not supposed to go to work? Is your boss ready for you to go to work? There's a lot of stuff being placed on employers at the moment. So the national website is a really good place to start. Let me just see if I can just share it with you. So here we go. So can you see that okay?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, well actually that's our website. Let me just go to the national one. So this is the national website. All you have to do is Google Citizens Advice. It will be the first thing that comes up. Click on it. This is the public website. Just talked about furlough. So if I go, you can see across the bar, across the top here, there are lots of different subjects. But if we just go to work, and here we go, you can see the very first things that are coming up are coronavirus, being furloughed if you can't work, or if you're self-employed, or if you're worried about working. So lots of really valuable information there. And you just, have a good read, have a good trawl. We do have web chat nationally, so there may be a little box that pops up. It won't be Citizens Advice North Somerset, we're not part of that national picture, but our colleagues across the country are there to help in relation to web chat. But if you've got a more complex issue, or you're not sure, or if you've done that digging and you just need some more help, come to us. So I'll go back to our website. So we're Citizens Advice North Somerset. We're here for the residents of North Somerset. And you've got our contact details there. My team I've got 26 paid staff. We've actually got about 30 volunteers now up and running. We're all in our own homes, ready to answer the phones, and we're also on email, so you've got the numbers and the email address there to contact us, and we're there to help.
That's great. So tell us a little bit, Fiona, about when obviously the lockdown happened. How did you guys pull everything together that you needed to pull together to be able to help people? What were the challenges you had?
Well, it's interesting. We've been, over the last few years, we're actually in a really good position because over the last few years, we've been moving our systems into more agile and more mobile working. Before the lockdown, we were in 21 locations across North Somerset because we believed that we needed to be where people are, because when you've got a problem, you don't necessarily travel. And one of the hardest decisions somebody can make is actually to step over our threshold and ask for help. So we wanted to make it as easy as possible. So we've invested in our telephony, our telephone system, and our IT. So we're in the cloud. Our telephone system is all internet-based. So it meant that on lockdown, and I'm just going to look at my calendar at the moment, we actually closed the face-to-face service on the 17th of March. I closed the office on the 19th of March and I sent everybody home. And by the following Monday, we were all set up, all on our computers at home, answering the phones. So I can't tell you how proud I am of my team that they moved so fast to make sure that the people in North Somerset weren't affected by our lack of service.
That's fantastic. And what have the figures been like for you? Have you noticed an increase of people reaching out to you?
It's interesting, actually. I'm just going to share with you a different screen if I can. I'm just going to close this one and go to a different one because I've got some stats that I just happen to have in front of me. Can you see that?
Oh, yes.
So, because these are some of the conversations I've been having with our partners, and particularly North Somerset Council. So, and I did a sample from April last year to April this year. So April last year, we have unique clients. We only count a client once in a reporting period. So for the period of April, a client may have come to us 3 or 4 times, but we'd only count them once. So we helped 1,015 clients last year, but this year in lockdown, 926. So it's a significant amount of people, but obviously that's on the telephones, that's not face-to-face. So it's not the complex issues. But the table that you can just see in front of you there, let me just put my glasses on so I can read them a bit better. You can see that there's been quite a difference in the type of inquiries that have come to us. So benefits, debt and housing have all gone down, but employment, 198% increase in employment issues. So it just shows the trends that are out there at the moment. And I think, you know, the way I'm analysing this, I think with all the state aid that's there, the things that people were worried about in relation to benefits and housing, that's plateaued, but it's people's employment and their job prospects, and are they going to be made redundant, and what does furlough mean, and the issues around PPE are really quite prevalent in people's minds. But I think that there are two elements here. One is that the people that were coming to see us, and I can show you another chart in a minute, aren't actually coming to see us because of that face-to-face service. So I think that we've got new clients coming to see us that have never contacted us before. But I also think, and the thing that worries me the most, is a lot of these issues are just waiting to start piling in. You know, it's what's going on behind closed doors. And we're going to see a marked increase in benefit issues and debt issues. Once housing repossessions start again, all of those rent arrears that aren't being paid, the landlords is going to start taking action. So I think that this is the calm before the storm.
And so you do feel that you've got the capacity to handle that kind of storm? I mean, it sounds like your infrastructure is incredible, Fiona, so that sounds really good.
I'm going to say that we may struggle. We need to build. So as part of our planning at the moment is that we are building for the storm that's coming. And also we don't see this as a sprint, we see it as a marathon, because this isn't going to just be the next 6 months or the next 12 months. I think that we've got 10 years of difficulties as a consequence of this lockdown. And the example that I've been using, sadly, is the Grenfell Tower. So after the Grenfell Tower disaster, our colleagues in Kensington and Chelsea were still dealing with the fallout from those residents a good year and a half later. So, and that's one tower block in London. This is a whole country. So we've got to rally together to say that, you know, nobody's on their own. We're all in it together. How can we work collaboratively? How can we pull together the resources that we've got so that we can actually meet the needs of people? And it's through the mutual aid groups, it's through the town and parish councils, it's through the local authority, North Somerset Council, it's through our colleagues in the support services, Alliance, Incura and the other housing associations, and it's all the voluntary and community and charity organisations that are here in North Somerset, and we're pulling together. So my hope is that we will find a way to support every person here in North Somerset.
Yep, we absolutely will. On behalf of the Town Council, I know that's something that we're all striving very hard to make sure that it's a seamless aid and help. There was one last chart that you wanted to show us, or have we moved past?
Oh, yes, I was just going to show, there we go, let's just go back. Okay, so it's part of the stats again. So you can see on the left-hand side, I've got lots of different stats. Okay, so that's it, Southward. So I've just used this as an example because we know that the Bourneville Estate and Southward, it has issues, and it's had issues, you know, for a while. So I've just used this as an example. I'm just going to go to the bottom and just see if I can bring it up. These are really good charts. This is the kind of data that we at Citizens Advice can pull down. And these show the advice trends over the last, you know, 12 months. So I've taken it until the end of April. And if you can just see my cursor here, this is the telling area. So in February and March, you can see the types of issues that people were coming in for and the numbers that people were seeking help for. Those issues haven't gone away, but you can see what's happened in April. Okay, there's a marked drop. And it's that marked drop that worries me because those issues still need help with, they still need addressing, they're accumulating. It'll be interesting to see where our figures go after April, so May through June, July, August, and whether that starts to increase. And I'll imagine it will increase, but the question is about our face-to-face services. At the moment, I've no plans to reopen our face-to-face, both for the sake of my staff, but also the sake of the clients. How can we do that safely? How can we make sure that there isn't contamination? And again, these are conversations that we're having with the local authority. We're not going to be the only ones. Local authority, town council, everybody's going to need something where there's some kind of face-to-face. So how again can we come together so that we can provide that kind of hub in a safe, secure place for everybody.
That's excellent. Thank you so much, Fiona. You're doing a sterling job. Excellent.
Oh, thank you.
What we will do is we'll make sure that you can contact Citizens Advice. We'll make sure that you put all of those details in the comments so that you can get hold of us. Don't write in the comments. You won't be able to get hold of Citizens Advice by responding to this video, but you will be able to have a look at the telephone number and various ways of getting in touch with them. And thank you ever so much, Fiona, for speaking to us.
Oh, pleasure. Thank you.